Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now you may be asking why I have a beanie and sunglasses on. Well, because whether you're going to a cold place or a warm place, it might be time for travel stocks to warm up. So let's take off the glasses and let's talk about it. All right. So I was streaming tonight, the usual. And I kind of noticed looking at travel stocks that somehow, and obviously they're in the same industry, so we understand that, but travel stocks all look the same. I'm talking United Airlines, American Airlines, Southwest, Delta, JetBlue, Norwegian Cruises, Carnival Cruises. Let me show you. Like I'm gonna try and do this really briefly, but let me show you. Okay, so basically what they all have on the chart is 4-hour classic bullish divergence, and then on the daily they have hidden bullish divergence with a bull flag. Those are bullish technicals. Now you also line that up with, the COVID vaccines coming out fundamentally, and it might be time for travel because you saw last year you had big tech just really crushing it, high market cap stocks just going wild, and travel just vastly underperforming, not even getting to the pre-COVID levels. And those big names got to the pre-COVID levels and just kept rallying up until like a couple of weeks ago. So now, with the fundamentals and everything, do keep in mind that if a lockdown happens, that kind of messes up this thesis, or more of like a long-term lockdown. But I do have a long-term outlook on travel stocks. I'm talking like 5, 6 months in the future. I think they're going to be at higher prices. And again, this is not financial advice. This is not certainty. It's only probability. And there are certain things that can prevent that. But, from a technical standpoint, I'm going to show you how they all look like exactly the same, even though they are in the same industry. It's just really crazy how similar they look. Then, potential stimulus for these companies, and then also potential stimulus in general that would help out the market. And then on top of that, COVID vaccines could increase travel, because I know that if things get normal again, I want to go travel, and I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. So let's look at the chart. All right, we're looking at United Airlines first. 4-hour classic bullish divergence. The price was making lower lows, but the MACD made a higher low on the 4-hour. It had a bull flag. It broke out of it, kind of looking like an inverse head and shoulders too, like if you really zoom in. Let's go on the daily. Hidden bullish divergence, also at a support line. There you go. Let's look at American Airlines. Hidden bullish divergence on the daily, right, with a bull flag. And then if we go to the 4-hour, classic bullish divergence. Let's go to love. Well, thank you, Jesse, for the subscription. That was good timing. Also, classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour on Southwest Airlines with the bull flag. It actually already broke out of it. This one's a little bit ahead. You have the hidden bullish divergence on the daily. Let's go to Delta. Bull flag, hidden bullish divergence on the daily. Then let's look at the 4-hour. Classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour. Let's go to Save. Spirit Airlines. Bull flag, classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour. Hidden bullish divergence on the daily. Let's go to JetBlue. Bull flag already broke out, kind of double bottoming at 14. Hidden bullish divergence on the daily. 4-hour classic bullish divergence. Same thing. Norwegian Cruise Lines, bull flag, divergence on 4-hour, divergence on daily. Carnival Cruise, divergence on daily, divergence on 4-hour, bull flag at a support. Even if I was only looking at one of these stocks, it actually has the potential for just straight up a trade. But I'm looking at all of these stocks and they all have the potential for it, which is just telling me, and again, technicals are really just displaying you the psychology of market participants. And if you're getting technicals on literally all of the travel stocks, that means people are becoming more bullish on technicals. And they're in the same industry. They've always kind of followed this pattern where they got crushed with the COVID crash. Then they had this nice rally up until the summer. Then they pulled back down. Then they went sideways for a few months. And towards the end of 2020, they've been pulling up. And then towards the end of literally the last few weeks of 2020 and the beginning of 2021, they went down, but only to create bull flags, which could be a continuation. So the bull flag could be a continuation. The hidden bullish divergence implies a continuation of the long-term trend. And then the 4-hour divergence implies a reversal of the short-term downtrend. So you're getting an implied reversal of the short-term downtrend, an implied continuation of the long-term uptrend, and potential fundamental bullish variables as well. The big issue I do see here is lockdowns. That would obviously mess up things. But again, I'm talking about a 5, 6, 7-month outlook, not a swing trade, like a long-term trade on all of these stocks. I mean, they can also provide swing trades as well, and I don't think you're going to be getting a lockdown for 5, 6, 7 months. So if you do get lockdowns, that will probably bring it down for some more time. I think the best way to be playing these is just cost averaging, entering with a smaller position, adding as the year goes on, as more news comes out. And of course, you could always just wait until, Joe Biden is maybe a month into office, and things are a little bit more normal. If they are normal, I have no clue what it's going to be like, but keep looking at the market just in terms of like the actual market. The S&P is at a resistance. The dollar is at a potential reversal area. Volatility indexes are at potential reversal areas, which is not great. But if stimulus comes, it can continue. I have no clue what's going to be happening to the overall market. There is no way to know for sure. But you can just react to whatever does happen. And just looking at the charts right now, using previous data to try and imply the future, I think travel could be that next sector. I think we're already seeing the distribution phase in the market with the big tech names pulling down. And it's not going to be perfect. This might not happen tomorrow, maybe not this month. But I do think in the long term, travel is a pretty low risk, high reward way to play the market, even if it goes south. It could take a while. That's all I'm going to say. Eventually, people are going to be back on planes. The airplane industry is not going anywhere. Of course, there are certain companies that have had a lot of debt to pay during the lower travel rates, but I think long term, there's no way that the world is going to be operating without airplanes, right? For business, for shipping, for consumers, for travel, like whatever the deal is, long term outlook, the technicals are looking good right now. Potential fundamental variables, travel, 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 but not financial advice ever. Take it as you want it. Do your own research. Look into the companies. Look at their balance sheets. Do all that. Look at their earnings. You also have earnings season right around the corner as well, so keep that in mind. You got to be, really precise on your timing of the entry. But yeah, that's my quick rundown on travel. Wanted to kind of just summarize it quickly. And I just think it's crazy how all these stocks are like literally technical wise the same exact thing. And yes, I understand they're in the same industry, but it is just so like pinpoint close on every single one of them. So we'll see what happens in 5-6 months. And that is the video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out.